Much love, beautiful day, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. I wanted to do a video, but yet again, my phone is so full of, of pictures and memories and videos that I just don't have the space on there. But anyway, so I wanted to just share a reflective thought that I was thinking as I was up so early this morning, and I got a lot of things to do today, but I wanted to take this time in this space, even if it's for like 15 minutes, just to share my thoughts as a reminder to myself. Um, like I said, when I come on here, it's a reminder to myself, and then I'm sharing with anybody else that wants to listen. Um, I'm all about growth, understanding my weaknesses, understanding where I fail, understanding myself without judgment, and sharing that my journey with others. Oh my goodness, Malcolm. Beautiful day. Oh my gosh. I have thought about you so much. I even sent you uh I commented on one of your comments a few weeks back just to see how you're doing. Oh my goodness. Can you hear me? Can you let me know if you hear me? I think I'm gonna cry. I'm so happy to see you. I hope all is well with you, um, and your family and where you are. Oh my goodness, you just made my day. But anyway, so gosh, you just made my day. Um, I hope I'm being heard. Um, Much love to you. So, like I said, I just wanted to do a video, but I don't have the space. So I was watching. Thank you, Malcolm. I was watching Titanic. Okay. Um, Number one, I that's one of my favorite movies. I remember when it came out. Oh, and not Heidi up in here too. Ciao, beautiful day. Oh my gosh. Uh-uh. Okay. Yes, it's official. My day is great. Thank you guys. Um, Thank you, Heidi. Um, you did? Okay, I'll have to go back. Sometimes I don't get the notifications for like comments, or if the comment back, I'll have to look again. And no, I'll call for zero. Beautiful day. Oh, beautiful day. Are driving. Beautiful day, Eric. Beautiful day. I hope you're doing well. Much love to you guys. Be safe on your journey. Okay. So I was watching Titanic, and first I'm going to say, I'm not a licensed professional. If you have any questions about any natural remedies I may talk about, please talk to your own primary care provider and that of your pediatrician. I'm not a therapist, all that good jazz. How about that? So I'm watching Titanic because for various reasons, and I love that movie. I remember when it came out, what, in '99. And I remember going to Blockbuster, buying the VHS because I loved it so much. Telling my age, yes, indeed. But it was also one of the last movies. It came out when I was pregnant with my firstborn. They put it in the theater with 3D. So like that was the last movie I saw in the theater before I became a mommy. Um, and then it makes me think of my sweetheart. It makes me think of anyway. But that's not what I'm reflecting on. I was watching it, and of course, I was watching the scene where everybody was, being tossed about and drowning and dying, and I couldn't help but think about life. And I was like, look at everybody. It didn't matter if they were a third class passenger. It didn't matter if they were a first class passenger. The part where what's his name? Rose's fiance, whatever, where he had tried to make that deal with the ship man deal. I forget. I don't know what they're called, where he tried to give him money and he was trying to buy his way onto one of them life saving boats. And he threw that money back. He was like, your money can't save you any more than it can save me. Um, And so I was like, okay, so so it didn't matter. At that point in time, it did not matter. Death was coming for them all. It did not matter. Okay. And I was sitting there thinking, and I was like, we're going through this life. Everybody has their own challenges. Even the wealthy have their own challenges. Um, like I said last week or the week before, you can't go through the life without being touched or challenged, uh, hurt, harmed, um, let down in a way in the system. And I even think the people that design the system go through things, and it's more internal if they have souls. Some people don't. That's just real. I've thought this for so many years that not every person is a person, if you know what I mean. So even people who seem to have it all financially, I feel like there are internal struggles that may be going through. And I only say that because I went to school and I knew I went to school with a where it was a lot of wealthy people there. I wasn't one of them people, but that was just my district I had moved in to. And yes, I would go visit friends. And yes, they would take, their parents were so freaking wealthy, and they would tell us to drive the golf cart and go to the country club and charge what we want. Even and even sometimes I got looked at crazy because I was so out of place there. But that's a different story for a different time. But my friends weren't happy. Some of my friends acted out because they weren't so happy. They had it all, but still weren't happy because they were longing for not just material things, they were longing for emotional connections, real love, authentic um, interactions with their parents. But their parents were so busy making money. And then it just seemed like everybody was so separate when I would visit. It's like, I don't know. But then you have people working people who work and would be like, I would just love to have money. And don't get me wrong, I am a mother of 4 children. Okay. I'm not one of those people that's like, okay, I don't need um I'm waiting till the kingdom comes to get my treasure and things like that. No, I know I have to have resources. Excuse me. I want my children to be happy. I don't want us to just live. I want us to thrive. And that's what I'm teaching them. We grew up, I had, religion, a lot of religion, at least in the Christian faith, because I grew up in that. And that's the only thing I can speak on. But it seemed to thrive on people being poor. Your king, you will get your riches in heaven. No, in my opinion, you create your heaven here. Your riches, they keep us looking at heaven and not realizing, so we can't tap into the power within ourselves to manifest and things like that. But that's not what we're talking about here. So don't get me wrong. We need money and resources to take care of ourselves, our family, our children. We giving them good lives and taking them places, letting them experience this world. So don't get me wrong. I, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, money is evil. Money is an energy. Okay. Money is just like I use the energy, my own energy, or, it has its own currency. You got to tap into that. And what you do with money is on you. What you do with money is on you. Just like just like what you do with anything else. I have a car. A car is not evil, okay? But what I do with my car can become potentially evil. If I want to drive myself and my family around to go to the grocery store, to go here, to go to the park, to go there, that's good. My car is being used for good. But if I am having a bad day and I feel like I want to take everybody out, and I just drive through something and just ruin the lives of anything, then I'm using my car in a very unhealthy way. I'm using it in a very evil way. So money is a tool, okay? Just a physical tool of the energy and frequency, of money. Okay, so let me get back to that. And with that being said, but I was like, money, look at these people. Money or that currency can't buy. It couldn't buy life. It couldn't save it. It couldn't save anybody. That money in that point in time couldn't was not a life vessel, could not be used as a resource, was not a resource for that time. And I'm thinking about building your resources, and people are, when you say abundant, oh, I'm so glad you said that. Let me go through this really fast. You were just talking about Blockbuster the day before. Girl, the memories. Woo, the memories. Yes, empty purchases. Abundance. I'm so glad you said something about abundance, because a lot of people, they mistake, when you talk about abundance, they're like, oh my goodness, it's all about money. No, you need to stack up your resources. Abundance, you can be abundant in so many things. Abundant in wealth, abundant in love, abundant in peace, abundant in harmony. These are all energies too. Abundant in your in the energy and frequency of gratitude. And as you build your abundance, I call it my abundance bank. Sometimes I got to tap into that divine love, that true love, that self-love, that self-reflection, self-healing, compassion, empathy. You deposit into your abundant bank. Okay. Some people are in the negatives when it comes to divine love, when it comes to self-love, when it comes to reflection. Some people are in the negatives when it comes to empathy and compassion, not only for yourself, but for other people. And so there are points and times in our life where we should be depositing, but so we can withdraw in those moments. So when you're having a tough time in life, you can, and I need some more self-love, or I need some more compassion or empathy for somebody to understand my situation. I had already deposited all this empathy so many years ago, or so long ago, and then the universe takes it out. And in a situation where I'm financially pressed, or I'm going through this, doorways are opening up and things are happening in my favor. That's because I had already deposited my abundance of compassion, empathy. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. It sounds so good when I'm thinking about it and when I'm reflecting on these things. But anyway, and so I was like, and then in different situations, we need different types of abundance. In the Titanic, the abundance of wealth, physical wealth, money, gold, that was not going to help them. Do you understand me? You needed to be able to think. You needed to be able to whatever. I don't know. Um, that abundance was not going to help them. And I just kept thinking, and abundance, wealth, the energy of wealth, that's not, you can't buy life with money. You can't buy integrity with money. You can't buy healing with money. You can't buy you can't buy yourself with money. You can't buy your true authentic self with money. Money has its purposes. I'm going to say that again. Money has its purposes. I I don't shun money, okay? It's a blessing to me because it's a resource that I use all the time for myself and my little ones, okay? And I don't close myself off from the energy of money. I had to actually go and heal myself um, because of the way I was brought up, or not brought up necessarily, but the way I was made to feel in the church, where they said money was evil. And they even misquote that biblical verse, money is the root of all evil. No, your love of money is the root of all evil. If you love it so much and it consumes you, and all you want to do is deposit into that, and you don't make deposits into your abundance of peace, love, healing, all that other stuff, then you can start doing things. People do evil things to obtain this money. Do you understand me? So money can't buy you that. I've seen so many, money can't buy you integrity. Money can't make you an honest person. And like I talked about the last video or the last live, it may seem to people like people got it going on because they are financially well off, but deep down inside, there's no integrity. People live with shame. People live with guilt. People are nasty people because they wear these masks. So let me go. Oh, there's more comments. Sorry, guys, I got to talking. Much love to everybody that has come in. Thank you guys for coming. Um, yes, abundance of health, family, connections. Exactly. The things will fall into place. I just kept thinking about this. The currency. What? And I was thinking, SunKissed, make sure that you are depositing in areas that will benefit you for my growth. Okay. Don't be depositing in gossip. Don't be depositing in drama. And there's certain things I'm watching from afar in certain people that I know where these people have deposited in nothing but drama, in nothing but hatred. They have sown seeds of discord and negativity and hatefulness and being spiteful many for several years. And I'm watching some of that, what you deposited in has an overflow, and I'm watching as some certain people are scrambling because they made no deposits for real connections, Heidi. They made no deposits for empathy for themselves or other people, Malcolm and anybody else in here that's listening. There was no deposits there. So it's all coming full force, and there's no deposit in goodness. You know what I'm saying? And so when you need it most, you're in the negatives. I hope this is making sense. I hope this is making sense. Let's see. Oh, the year of the horse. I need to do a thing on that. Yes. Beautiful day, Axis. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you and your family are doing well where you are. Thank you so much for being here. Much love to you. Anyway, so um, I was thinking about these things, and I asked you guys these questions as I asked myself these questions. What are you building your abundance in? And please, yes, we need the currency of money, the physical money, or for the system that we live in, but it's not everything. When you begin to manifest, mindful manifest, I learned several decades ago that it's not about, okay, I'm manifesting all these riches and wealth. I'm manifesting these situations, and the universe opens up pathways and ways for me to get there. Sometimes it's a gift from somebody else. Sometimes it's a self-reflection, and then I come up with an idea, and I was able to make a way without any struggle, any setback, no pushback. And money didn't flow my way, but opportunities flowed my way, or I was gifted something, from somebody else. And so I learned many years ago, it's not me. I remember I'd be like, oh, I want to manifest, I'm gonna manifest uh $10 million. No, it's not about that, at least for me. And I'm so glad that those manifestations didn't happen that way, because when I step back and say, oh, I need about $1,000 for this, or I need this to be taken care of, or I want this for my children, or I want to go here, and I don't have the resources right now. It's amazing when you step back and the money don't fall into your lap, but when things open up, and it opens up way better than you could ever dream of, and then you get more than what you even were asking for. So I ask myself these questions. What am I pouring am I withdrawing more? Am I making these deposits? And for me, it's not, oh, I need to make these deposits. I need to have empathy because I don't want anything bad to happen to me. No, I can't help it. I'm an empathic person, and compassionate person, and I have a heart for humanity. Y'all know how many times I've shed tears because I cry for humanity. I cry for the heart of humanity because I can feel it. And so I don't do these things, and we don't talk about these things because I don't want anything bad to happen. So I'm gonna deposit some compassion. So when I need something, somebody can come and help me. No, we do these things because it's natural. We do these things because it's what's right. We do these things because it's kindness, you know? It's it's not to gain anything. It's because it's natural. I'm not trying to obtain anything from anyone, you know, secretly. I don't know. So I was thinking about that. What am I withdrawing? What am I giving? What am I paying, depositing my attention to? And so that's what Titanic made me think about after I did the ugly cry, um, with Jack and Rose. I can't help it. I love that. I love that story. I love that storyline, and I love that movie. So I hope you guys are making good deposits for your own personal growth, for the sake of humanity, you know, not because it's going to get you somewhere, not not using people because it's going to get you somewhere. That's something else. You know, when people use other people for resources, but they wear the mask. You may get the resources right then, and you feel like, oh, I'm depositing and I'm getting what I deposited in. But if you're not doing it in a balanced, authentic, true way, where you're not manipulating people, it doesn't matter, because it's still energy and you're pushing a certain energy out, whether it's seen or unseen. You cannot hide energy from the universe. You cannot hide energy from your true self. I say this all the time. You cannot run from you. You cannot run from your intentions. You can put on a mask. Been there, done that. Put on a mask and pretend, to be okay, or pretend to do this or that for this reason. But your intentions and your energy, it won't lie, you know? And that energy will come back full circle on you. That is what I believe. That is what I know to be true. Okay? So I don't really have anything much more to say. I was trying to make this video under 25-30 minutes. Or I said video, but live. Um, and that's my reflection. Money cannot buy you integrity, people. Money cannot buy you authentic connections. It might can buy you some fake friends. It can buy you some fake relationships. You know, I know people, or I have known people get into relationships because of money, because it'll make them well off, or because it made them feel good, or because it upgraded them. But deep down inside, it was sadness there. For me, I'd rather be truly happy and abundant in my peace of mind, in my peace of mind, my harmony, my balance within myself, my family, and my household, than to be so physically or financially well off and just being with somebody because they are a financial meal ticket, or being around friends or people because it makes you look good, and deep down inside you're dying inside. I just can't do it. And I truly hope that you guys feel and understand that when you are authentic with yourself, when you deposit into compassion, self-love, self-healing, and do all those things that we talk about all the time, you open up ways in abundance for yourself, and you won't have to depend on anybody else, because the power is truly coming from within yourself, and you're creating abundance in your life. And you'll have that overflow when you're down on your luck, or when you're sitting in the eye of the storm and some of the stuff from the storm is touching you. You will be shielded. That's one of our shields, having peace in the eye of the storm. That's an abundance to have. Having harmony within yourself and true authentic connections and relationships, that is abundance. Because those are hard to obtain here on this plane of existence. At least for me, it was very hard to find and maintain true, authentic connections, because I realized that not everybody is true. Not everybody has good intentions. And that was just like, that's been in my recent past, you know? Call me naive. Maybe I was, you know, but I still have the same heart, but there's discernment there. And I want us all to have, I'm not telling everybody, oh, just have empathy and compassion for everyone. No, have empathy and compassion, but have discernment. And that's something else to have an abundance of. That's something else to make sure you're depositing in is discernment, you know? So anyway, I hope this makes sense. I'm not going to keep rambling on. These are my thoughts, and I like to share them with you guys. Or if nobody ever listens or watches, I come back and I listen to myself because it helps me. So anyway, go through these last comments. Thank you guys for being here. So much love. Let's see. Sorry. Let's see. Sorry, I'm listening, but trying to get ready to go out as well. Okay, no problem. Thank you for tuning in, Malcolm. You just made my day, and then seeing you, Axis, and Heidi. Oh my goodness, call for zero. I just want you guys to have such a beautiful day, such a great weekend, such a wonderful week. I know there's a lot of things going on in this plane on this plane of existence in this world right now, but from me to you, I speak love. I speak peace. I speak abundance of harmony and balance within yourself or within your homes, within your life. Those people who accept it, and those people who come here, like I say, with that type of energy where you're secretly watching because you're a hater or because or you have vile ill will towards me or anybody in here, I send that energy back on you and your situation. But I do speak peace and harmony over those who are true, you know? So take care of you guys, take care of yourselves. I hope y'all have reflective moments, because there's no growth if you don't reflect on yourself, if you don't look inward and try to fix, correct, heal, love, show self-compassion for self. You're not going to be able to do it outside of yourself. Just like we can't find answers, we talk about finding answers outside of yourself, and you go within yourself, you can't find healing. You cannot find healing outside of yourself, okay? It starts from within. So take care of yourselves. Have a beautiful day. Much love. I'll try to post something next week or short or something. But until we meet again, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week ahead. All right? Bye. Much love.